This is ThinkTech Hawaii. Community matters here.
Welcome to Adventures in Small Business, a collaborative effort by the U.S. Small Business Administration Hawaii District Office, the Hawaii Small Business Development Center, the Mink Center for Business and Leadership, and the Veterans Business Outreach Center of the Pacific to showcase the stories of local entrepreneurs and small businesses. I'm Colleen McAlooney from the Patsy T. Mink Center for Business and Leadership, and today we have Huang Nguyen from Cuu Long II as our guest. Welcome, Ria.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for hosting.
Definitely. And so today we'd like you to start by telling us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay. So I have no background in business. I'm actually, I'm Taiwanese, so I'm not Vietnamese either. I was raised in Boston, Massachusetts, so I'm not familiar with Hawaii either. And then I lived in Taiwan during high school, moved to Vancouver for college. I went there to learn art and design. And then I moved back to Taiwan for a few years. I worked in an ad agency. I worked in a stock brokerage firm. And then I decided I wanted to live in the US again. So I came to Hawaii thinking like, okay, I'm gonna take a reflection in life before going back to a big city in the mainland. And then I realized Honolulu is a big city. And then I met my husband and got stuck here. So my husband, yeah, he's the Vietnamese, and his family started the business of the Cuu Long II Vietnamese restaurant.
Okay. Well, you know, it sounds like the normal path that most small business entrepreneurs take.
Yeah.
Very here, there, everywhere, and never realizing you were actually going to be in business for yourself. Right. So can you tell us a little bit about what made you decide to join the business?
So my husband's family ran the business for about let's say 15 years, pretty long. And then they all grew up, and then everybody started pursuing different things in life and moved to different areas. So I asked my husband, I said, you know, do you really want to do this? Because you can be working for a big company,
right? And
you know, you'll be taken care of, you'll have benefits and everything. And then, but he thought about it and he told me this, he feels like this is his calling, and then he does have a talent for what he does. So I felt like, you know, I'll do my best to make it work for him. And so I jumped in to help him do the business side of things, because his talent is in making the food. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. And did he have any formal training as a
he's
chef?
worked since he was young. He had to, you know, work to make money as a teenager, and he's always been in the restaurant industry.
Right.
So that would be his training.
Experience.
Yeah. So he's worked in the restaurant industry since he was, I think, 14, I say, and he's 42 now. So
right.
most of his life.
Right. Another hallmark of family
businesses. But he is self-taught in a way. His father and his uncle taught him to make the Vietnamese food. So yeah, he was born in Vietnam, but he moved here during the wartime. They escaped from the war, and you know, they were a refugee family. They started from the bottom, and then they opened the restaurant, and they're very proud of it.
Of course.
Yeah.
They definitely should be. So could you tell us, from your viewpoint, how hard it is to be an entrepreneur?
It's very hard. It's not a piece of cake. You have a lot of different challenges. You have a lot of different things to have to deal with. And I think it's just the scope that makes it challenging, that you have to deal with, you know, the government, vendors, customers, employees, like, it's just like, and then you're running a business, so you have equipment, and then you have to manage finances, marketing. It's just a lot. Yeah.
Right.
So you don't really get a break.
Right.
Like if you work for somebody else, after work you can take a break. Yeah. But
and what about from a personal standpoint?
Oh, from a personal, so we have 2 kids. So yeah, 2 kids and a business is hard. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's doable, but yeah, you have to juggle between being a parent and running a business smoothly and successfully. Yeah. So that's also challenging.
And is it true that it is 24/7? It's constant?
Maybe you get an hour break. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you can make your own choices, honestly. If you want to be dedicated to it 24/7, you can. But like we have kids, so we choose to try to take a few hours every day to just focus on family. So and we're not
fantastic.
we're not in a rush, but as they get older, we see ourselves dedicating more of our time to the business. Yeah, gradually. Yeah.
Can be tough.
Hard choices.
Right.
Yeah.
And can you share with us some of the challenges that you've faced since you've joined your husband's business or family business?
I would say taxes is one interesting challenge to figure out, like to accept it more, like to accept how much taxes you have to pay as a small business owner in Hawaii. Right. I think staffing is quite a challenge in Hawaii too. It's pretty hard to find stable, good workers in our industry because we're not a very glamorous type of work. So, so to have, when we do find talented, hardworking people, we do our best to keep them. Yeah. So staffing and that and the other stuff is pretty fun. Marketing is fun. Yeah. But those are the 2 main challenges for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then, do you have a sense of your competition in? Maybe first, let us know where your restaurant is located.
Okay, so our restaurant is located in Chinatown. So it's very competitive because that's where all the Vietnamese, all the Asian foods are. So my husband prides himself because he said if he was located in a place that he was the only Vietnamese restaurant, and then it would be easier, right? But because there's like, I could say maybe 5 to 10 minimum around him. So being able to continue returning customers, having new customers is quite something he's proud of, that because there's 2 restaurants next door to us already.
Right.
Yeah, and then there's surrounding a lot of other competition. But we like the competition because it keeps us like striving for better quality. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so we like it. Yeah.
Sure. And so since you do have so much competition surrounding your location, what makes your restaurant unique among the other restaurants?
I feel that my husband's cooking is unique because he's the 2nd generation. Most of the restaurants, they're usually the 1st generation Vietnamese people that just moved here or moved here from the war times, But my husband came here, I think, when he was maybe 5, 4. So he's actually has a more local taste. And then he refines his food to be more it's still Vietnamese, but it's a more, how do you say, a cleaner taste that locals like. Yeah, so I find that different from him. Yeah, so he's not fusion. He's still authentic Vietnamese, but he definitely puts his own touch in it. Yeah.
And are there any specific dishes maybe that you provide?
So this sauce I brought today is also the reason why I would say his Vietnamese pho is unique, is he makes his own house sauce. Besides, normally you eat it with the sriracha, the hoisin,
Yes.
Yeah, so, but he provides this house sauce that he cooks with garlic, lemongrass, herbs, chili oil, and then it's his family recipe, and then it gives the experience a different a kick, you know.
Oh, okay. So is it spicy?
Yeah. So the gold cover is the spicy version, and the white cover is the more mild version. But it's not a little spicy.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
even the original. Yeah.
So
people love it.
It's a little different option.
Yeah.
He uses it in his dishes, and then it's also a condiment?
No, it's a sauce that you can dip yourself,
oh, okay.
or you can put in your soup. But you customize, as in like it depends how much you want to use and put in.
Right.
Yeah. Like we have customers who use the whole jar, and then there's customers just dip a little bit.
bit.
You know, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So this is what we're proud of and find that's unique from us and other Vietnamese restaurants.
Oh, okay. And do you sell that at the restaurant?
Yeah, we sell the sauce at the restaurant. It's very healthy too, because there's no additives or anything. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to take a short break, and then we will come back and learn more about Cuu Long too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is ThinkTech Hawaii, raising public awareness.
Aloha and mabuhay. My name is Emmy Ortega Anderson, inviting you to join us every Tuesday here on Pinoy Power Hawaii with ThinkTech Hawaii. We come to your home at 12 noon every Tuesday. We invite you to listen, watch for our mission of empowerment. We aim to enrich, enlighten, educate, entertain, and we hope to empower. Again, maraming salamat po. Mabuhay and aloha.
Welcome back to Adventures in Small Business with Huang Nguyen from Cuu Long Too. And we were just talking about the uniqueness of the restaurant and what makes it different, and this wonderful new condiment that they have that is available at the restaurant. And then we wanted to show some pictures of some of the dishes that they provide there, and Ria will let us know which ones they are.
Okay.
And those are coming up. There we go.
Oh, that's chicken salad, and the two sauces that go with it. Sauces are always on the side, and that's a spicy sauce that Vietnamese people love, or anybody that loves spiciness love. That's a Thai tea we have, and we also have Vietnamese coffee as drinks. That's the signature pho combination, beef combination. The broth is just delicious. It usually doesn't come with the chili. The chili is an option for people who do like spicy, so it's very kid-friendly. I would say it's a quite nutritious meal. This is the pork chop rice, also one of the common Vietnamese dishes. It's marinated with lemongrass, and it's best when it's served with a sunny side egg.
Oh, okay.
To eat on top, and kind of give it a savory experience. And we wanted to show that we have many vegetarian options. Vegetarian dishes should not be bland. It should be tasty and healthy. So that's what we provide here. We have many tofu dishes, from tofu vegetable pho to tofu sandwiches to tofu rice and tofu cold noodles.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank you. They looked wonderful.
Yeah, food always
I
looks
haven't
good.
had lunch yet, so they look fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure they are. And then I believe you're introducing a new menu, which we have right
so
here.
we are working on rebranding ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Since, like we mentioned, now it's a more second generation running the business. We wanted to market ourselves as a more organic, more friendly, younger version, you know, even though we're in Chinatown.
Right.
Yeah, we can still be fun and young. Yeah.
Right.
So this is the new menu right here. It's a mock-up, so it's just papers right now.
Oh, the first ones to see it.
Yes, it's for, so this is actually round 1. So it still have many edits to happen. So this will be different when the final does come out. But yeah, it's it'll be full of colorful pictures and an easier layout for people to read and order. Versus, because if you go to Chinatown, most of the menus is always in like a bunch of writing, you know, tight words, and then you kind of always have to
try to figure out what it is.
Yeah, or you know. But we wanted to present a more just an aesthetically more modern version of the menu. Yeah, so I just wanted to share this because it's.
I think because of that, it makes people order the same thing every time.
Yeah,
right?
because they don't really
know
look
what
at
they
it.
like, and they aren't quite sure what the other things are, so they're going to stick to the favorites and not try anything new. So I think having the pictures is fantastic.
So I mean, I encourage all small business to continue rebranding yourself. I mean, the old brand is great, but I think new brand keeps everybody fresh and interested.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So
oh,
I wanted
wonderful.
To share this. Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you for letting me share.
Really nice. So I wanted to ask if you have any experience with assistance from any of the Small Business Administration partners.
Yes, so we were applying for an equity line. It could be used for when you need to loan extra money. They give you a checkbook to write. Or if you just want to cover your checking account and don't want things to go overdraft. And we encounter some difficulties because our profit and loss in the past few years was not that impressive. So SBA backed us up and was able to help us get an equity line of credit. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that really helps us. It takes out a lot of stress, and when you need a cash flow and then you have a credit line, you know, you can just draw the money and pay it back when the revenue comes in again.
Yes.
Yeah, so that helps, gives us a lot of flexibility, and we really appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah. And then SBA also, when we got the credit line, they introduced us to a lot of opportunities like classes, seminars, counseling. Yeah, and then I took advantage of all of them.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
That's great. And so I'll tout our horn at MCBL. And,
yes, I went to your class.
Yes, Ria is a graduate of the Launch My Business program.
Yes, proudly.
Which cohort were you?
12.
Cohort 12,
yeah.
right. So we're just about to start cohort 14, so it was a little bit ago.
Yeah.
And we're very proud of all that she's accomplished. And she just dove in there, and you learned so much.
No, it was very inspiring. Yeah, it was very
fantastic.
Inspiring. And it's a strong program because it gives me a strong sense of like direction, you know, to what I'm doing. Because a lot of times I feel like there is so much happening that you can get lost in running a business. But MCBL, that program was able to kind of organize things and, you know, chapters, content into a book so that you can go back and understand like where you need to go next and what you need to improve and stuff. Yeah. And
you can always come back and touch base. With
and then the
counsel, legal
and
counseling.
then you can keep getting counseling. Yeah, I got a legal counsel too. That was very helpful.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we were able to help you.
Yeah, it helped me review my lease. You know, so because a lot of us, when we sign a lease, we don't really know, you know, what it's all about. Sometimes we just know how much our rent is, but the legal counseling was able to help me go through and let me know exactly what I'm signing.
Right. Oh, terrific. Yeah. That's great. So let's see, as a fairly new entrepreneur yourself, what kind of insights or inspirations do you have that maybe you could share?
I think my insight would be you need to like to solve problems. Like you can't expect it to be a smooth sailing. You have to expect problems every day, and they're always new, and you have to have an open mind to go like, okay, I'm ready for today's problem, and you know, let's deal with it positively. And then that helps a lot when you accept that there's always going to be new challenges. I think that's a very important insight, to not think this is going to be easy, because actually I think before I run the business, I thought running a business isn't that hard. Like you see people running a restaurant, you're like, oh, how hard could it be? But then it's not being a surgeon, right? But then when you actually run it, you realize like, okay, every day there's new challenges, and
So flexibility and positivity.
Yes, flexibility and positivity. Yeah.
Ah, that's. I'm sure it's very challenging. Definitely. And let's see, what about the future for Cuu Long too? And yourself, where do you see?
So right now we're located in Chinatown. It's a very interesting place, but
it has its challenges.
But it has
too.
many challenges, and so for the future, we are hoping to have another location where we can better express my husband's talent in ways that he can make more refined versions of his dishes. Right now, I would say it's more on the quick casual side. You know, it's a great meal to go to that everybody can afford, but he does have passion to make more specialty dishes and be more creative with them. And then so hopefully in the future we can have a refined version of Cuu Long. And we are also very interested in going to neighbor islands.
Oh.
Yeah, to spread the food, you know, good food to other islands, because we tour other islands when we have the luxury to, and then we realize they all lack, you know, more affordable, good options. So that's definitely something we'd love to do.
Somewhere you could see yourself fitting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then do you have any expectations for any other products maybe that your restaurant would produce and sell?
You mean like this kind of products? Yeah, he has ideas.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, we see like people selling their sauces in groceries, or even the frozen version of their food. So that's all like possibilities, but that would be more of a business venture, than a creative one, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
right now we're still focusing on just bringing, you know, the creativity of the dishes out more.
Right.
And then I think later on, when we have everything like in place, then we'll start seeing if we can find people that understand that area more, or because I think that's a totally different business, right? Retail.
It is. It is the product development from your current business.
I will need to come back to MCBL. For
That's
that.
right. We're really hoping that happens. Definitely.
Yeah.
And in fact, we are looking into a product development type of Launch My Business class.
Okay.
So that's definitely something that is additional learning.
Yeah, I would love to attend that class. But right now, I just graduated from the Launch My Business, so I'm still focused
you're implementing
on
all you
perfecting my
learned.
business. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it was a great class.
Definitely. Oh, that's exciting. So, let's see. Are there any other aspects of your restaurant or your path as an entrepreneur that you'd like to share with us, or share any?
I think it's really crucial for the first step is to face what we don't want to face, which is the finances.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's something I learned from experience and from the MCBL class, that it's really one of the ugly side of running a business, because they're so fun when you make food, you know, and talk to customers or market in creative ways, you know, advertising and stuff. But when you have to look at the numbers and go like, am I spending too much, or am I making enough, you know? Oftentimes it's something we don't want to face. And then you also have to factor in your own living. Living in Hawaii is very expensive.
Right.
So you have to make sure it makes it, the business can make ends meet for the owner. So I find that having a good system of knowing what's going on with the business finances is very important for my business or anybody else's business. Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent
To know
advice.
where it needs to be strengthened and stuff.
Right, or even just understanding financials
Yeah.
as a whole. Right.
Yeah.
It can be very challenging for small business owners, especially most entrepreneurs will start their business just because they think they have a fantastic, or they feel like they know or think
have
they
a
have a
skill.
fantastic
Yeah.
product or skill
Yeah.
without the background knowledge
Yeah.
that's really necessary to be a successful business.
Yeah, because I've dealt with like accountants and everything, and then we always assume like, okay, the lawyer, the accountant, they'll do all that job for us. But for a small business, because we're limited in how much we can pay them, so they're gonna do only the amount of work that we can afford for them to do. So
Right.
I think a big part of it is knowing that you have to step up and
yourself.
understand these things, and know how to do at least the basics, and
Right.
understand how to read
Right.
those financial statements and those agreements and contracts and all that thing, which is not the fun side of business. That's why I have to mention it.
Right.
And the rest is just to keep a open mind. Don't let challenges bring you down. Don't let, Noella taught me, that's my MCBL teacher, she taught us to, as an owner, you have to see the big picture. You have to look at the future. Don't let daily, drama or
Right.
small things like, trap you there or
Right.
stuff. You have to be the, person that can see bigger.
Yes.
Yeah, and that really stuck in my head. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
So-
She'll be so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up now,
Okay,
but
yeah.
can you share your website address and give
Okay.
us your address for
Yeah,
Cuu Long
so
Cuu?
the website is www.cuulong2.com. The address is 175 North Hotel Street, Suite 1 and 2, or you can just look for a corner of Hotel and River Street, across from A'ala Park. Yeah, it's not the most, beautiful, friendly place right now, but it's improving.
It's getting better.
It's improving dramatically.
And what are your hours of
and we
operation?
appreciate it. 8 to 5.
8 to 5.
7 days a week.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Thank you for letting me share that.
Oh, we're so happy
Yeah.
that you were able to join us today. So we'd like to
Thank you for being my
definitely
host.
thank Ria from Cuu Long Cuu for joining us today. And we'd like to thank our Small Business Administration partners. That is Patsy Teaming Center for Business and Leadership, the SBDC Small Business Development Center, the VBOC, the Veterans Business Outreach Center, and all of our partners who run the weekly Adventures in Small Business show. And I also wanted to give a big shout out to Shop Small Hawaii here for any small businesses that are interested in getting their name out there, having some extra marketing done. Please go to Shop Small Hawaii and register your business. And I know Ria has done that at Cuu Long Cuu. She's a neighborhood champion. So please go ahead and do that. Many benefits. The website, I'm trying to remember the website address is, actually if you just go to Shop Small Hawaii, if you Google that, it'll come up and register your business, and we do many workshops throughout the year and a lot of different events to help promote small business and also to bring customers to you. So we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.